What's up, Commanders fans? So we got some real bad news today, man. Our wide receiving room just went down a little bit because we don't have our guy, Noah Brown, a guy that came in clutch for Jaden Daniels last season. Had 435 yards, and then he also had the second most PI calls. And those yards that he got from the PIs definitely helped us last season. And Noah Brown, he was one of them guys that came out of nowhere and one of them guys that really helped us a lot, especially in getting us that win over the Bears. You know, he was the guy that got us the last touchdown, and that touchdown sealed the game, and that was honestly the best game of the season, in my opinion. Not just from the Commanders, but overall. And he was one of them guys that came in clutch, and then he just built up so much chemistry with Jaden Daniels in that short amount of time, and he only played 11 games, right? So this season we thought with him having a full offseason and him having another year with Jaden Daniels in the same offense that he played in, we thought he was going to skyrocket, right? And we all knew he was, right? But now it's starting to seem like it may not happen. And that's because in practice today, I know he tore something. Something is torn. It has to be torn. Because Ben Standig and John Keim both reported and talked about how he had a towel over his head as he was carted off the field. And when you get carted off the field, that means it's not a good thing. That means it's something serious that you can't use your own body weight and walk off the field, you know. And usually, you know, some people have injuries, like you can sprain an ankle and walk off the field. But some of these things, when it gets to that point where the cart needs to be brought out, you know something bad happened. And I think right before that, he was matching up with Marshon Lattimore, and that was a guy that we thought needed to be there, and he was there. And he was one of those guys that wasn't healthy last season coming into the Commanders facility. And this year, we're expecting a lot more from him because we know he's going to have a healthy year. It's just crazy how it flip-flops, right? While you'll have somebody that's healthy and then you'll have somebody that's not healthy. But this is really bad news for us. But I want to also say this is good news for other people that were waiting for this opportunity to open up. Because, you know, when one goes down, another goes up. And that's the name of the game. The NFL is not for long. And that was one of the things that held Noah Brown from having a phenomenal year last season was the kidney injury that he had that came out of nowhere. So this season we expected him to show out and show up. And I don't want to speak it into existence, but when you get carted off the field, it's super bad. And that could probably mean a late season comeback or maybe even next year. So with him being gone, I want to say he maybe tore his ACL, MCL. You know, it's so many L's that he could have possibly tore. But you know, in this offseason, you really want to give it your all. You really want to go out. You really want to, you know, earn a spot. Even though we know his spot was already solidified. And, you know, we don't know when Terry is going to get signed. So, as this time is perfect because, obviously, Terry is not getting all of the first reps. He's not getting all of the reps. So, it's allowing other guys to show up and get as much chemistry with Jaden Daniels and show the coaches that they can really play. So, this time would really benefit guys like Ja'Cory Brooks or a guy like Luke McCaffrey, who we thought was probably going to be shipped off this season, or help a guy like Jalen Lane build more chemistry with Jaden Daniels. And, you know, also Deebo Samuel is building chemistry with Jaden Daniels. So this is perfect for those guys, but it's bad for Noah Brown. And then also for our room as a whole, it's just something that you don't want to happen. But injuries happen in the NFL. It's nothing you can do. You just got to work through it, and you got to see who else is next up. So this is what we're going to see Luke McCaffrey step up, and I've been hearing stuff about Luke McCaffrey doing a great job in practice today, and hopefully he continues to do that this whole entire offseason. And, of course, he's going to have a bigger role than he had last season, and he's going to be dependent on even more because, like I said, Noah Brown won't be there for a while. I'm not sure how long. I'm sure they'll give us that information soon, probably sometime tomorrow. But at this moment, usually when guys have a towel over their head and they go out, that means they're devastated. And then on top of that, he threw his helmet too. So you throw your helmet, you know it's an issue. You know it's a problem. You know you're going to be out for a while. You throw your helmet. So that's something that we got to think about. Hopefully these guys can step up, and hopefully we can sign Terry McLaurin before the end of offseason. So, of course, I'm not worried because, Dan Quinn is not worried because these guys already have chemistry together like Jaden Daniels and Terry McLaurin. So it's not like they're going to miss much. But you still want to get those reps in and get comfortable because there are other things that you may need to know. And it's small little details that you want to be great at. And you want to make sure that when the season starts up, everybody's up to par. And this is why guys sit out during this time. This is why guys don't show up until they get signed, like Trey Hendrickson or a guy like Shamar Stewart. Like, you have guys sitting out. I'm talking about the Bengals player, but this is something, and this is a huge reason why guys do that. Because you get injured, then you lose, depending on how your contract is structured, you lose guaranteed money. You lose potential money that you could have got if you played maybe a month later, or like Terry. This is a perfect time. This is why Terry is not there. Because you got guys in the offseason really giving it their all. And, of course, you want guys to give it their all. But you got guys really trying to earn a spot and really trying to test you. So, and even if they're not trying to test you, just the competitive nature that you're around at the moment is not giving you that energy to say, all right, I'm just going to give it half-ass. I'm just going to go a little bit. But that's the risk and the problem with the NFL that a lot of NFL players coming in don't like. And once you've been in here and you've already gone through a rookie contract and you've been around the league for a while and you know how things go and they work, you like, all right, cool. I ain't about to get played. You ain't about to play me. If you need me, sign me. Pay me. Get the contract done. So that's what Terry is waiting on. Of course, Terry got a whole nother year. He got this season, and then he'll be a free agent after this season. But he still wants a restructured contract with some type of guaranteed money, with a lot of it. And it's time for him to get paid, and he deserves every ounce of it. So, like I said before, and I'm going to say it again, let me know when y'all ready to riot. We can get Terry this contract as soon as possible. And this is a great opportunity for guys to build that chemistry with the entire team. And this allows, who knows who's going to get that next spot. Is it going to be Ja'Cory Brooks? Is it going to be another undrafted free agent? Is it going to be somebody else that we decide to sign before the season starts up? Who knows? Is it going to be a free agent? Are we going to go after guys that people weren't even thinking about? Guys that's still on the market. So that's a lot to think about. Are we going to sign somebody for a one-year deal? Who knows? But I'm sure we're going to sign somebody else. Sometime this week or next week, we're going to see somebody come into the facility, because I already know. We all know. You throw your helmet, you're frustrated. You know this is, and when stuff like that happens, you know you're defeated. Especially when you put the towel on, you're either crying or you feel like the world is just trying to stop you from being great. Or it might be both. So we're going to see what happens. I'm going to be back to tell y'all about more and just update y'all on the rest of the information. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And before I go, let me tell y'all this. I'm out.